Wouldn't be our first time at a dump station if we didn't colossally f*** it up.
I can't go much faster than this right here.
Oh boy.
What?
Wait, that's not as bad as I thought it was more.
It was.
It's been a while. We have a lot to catch you up on.
The road. I've been away for far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong when I'd already found my home.
It's hard to believe it's already been a year since we last caught up with you. Back then, we had just wrapped up the ceiling installation, and hitting the road felt like a far-off dream. Since then, we sold our house, moved into the bus, and put the finishing touches on everything. 3 years of hard work have led to this moment. Today, we're finally heading out, saying goodbye to family and hello to new adventures. We are officially unplugging from the house. We are headed to Camping World to dump the gray tank. Stop. And it wouldn't be our first trip if we didn't make our first mistake. It's going alarmingly slowly, actually. I don't know why. Yeah, the sink wasn't draining, so I was like, oh, I don't know why. And then we went in the bathroom, the shower is flooded. It's absolutely flooded, like with nasty, nasty water. We drained the tank, then put that cleaner down, and now it's clogged. I don't think this is going down. It might be a little. I don't. Wouldn't be our first time at a dump station if we didn't colossally f*** it up.
Don't get it.
I guess this was not the time to try out the new product. Okay, we're able to get to a spot where we could open up the tank because we thought maybe it was just the pressure, but that fixed it. Crisis averted, but that was not fun. Let's see if we can get to our next spot without any more catastrophes. Okay, we're at our next stop, which is actually my dad's work to get new windshield wipers because mine is literally hanging on by a thread. And no matter how old you get, you're not too old to have your dad replace your windshield wipers.
Bye-bye, I love you. Okay.
Lay your ride in there.
We made another stop now for fuel for the bus because we saw it was only $3.29, and we were like, I don't know if that's normal because we haven't filled up in a while, but like that seems pretty good, so we stopped.
16 gallons this time. Not bad.
All right, who's ready? Yay! Let's go! Well, let's try for 2.5 more hours. Woo!
I can't go much faster than this right here.
Well, we're driving through the beautiful Ocala National Forest, and it would be a very peaceful drive except for the fact that Eddie just called me and told me that he got a check transmission light come on the dash, and it's been shifting really bad, so I found a Cummins dealer about an hour away. This is not a good start to our trip. Very concerning to have to deal with this right now. Like, we haven't even made it anywhere near where we wanted to stop for the night, and if the bus ends up in the shop, I don't know where we're gonna stay. So hi Jasmine, We have a 2003 Bluebird school bus. Our check transmission light just came on. So I didn't know if there was anyone who could take a look at it. Do you think like if
Okay, you said check transmission?
Yes. And he said it's
Okay,
shifting.
we
really
don't do any transmission work here, unfortunately.
Alright. We made it! Just not where we expected to end up. We're here. Since we arrived on a Friday, that means that we are camped out in the parking lot for the weekend. So the nice people here at Florida Detroit Diesel said we could plug in and everything. Hopefully they can check out the bus on Monday, scan it, and see what the problem is. We're obviously super bummed about the bus having a problem, like financially that's gonna be a hit, and hopefully it's not too big of a deal, but it's all gonna work out.
All right, good morning from inside the bus. This is day 5 of being in front of the shop. Yesterday we went out, they actually diagnosed the bus and we got a quote. We're currently eating some PB&J sandwiches and I see a lot of those in the future because the quote they gave us yesterday.
$2,000, baby.
The issue with the bus is a pressure switch and also the wiring harness for the transmission, which is good news since it's not the transmission itself.
Alright, so here's just another example of how everything always works out. So I was worried about where I was going to teach my first class because the first day of the new semester is today. But it works out perfectly because the part is supposed to arrive at 12 o'clock. So Eddie's going to go out with the kids while I teach my class in here, and it's just going to be perfect. I still get internet in the bus. I get to be cool because it's not too sunny out. I finished up and Eddie's about to pull up, so I'm going to go out there to meet him. We're gonna pass the keys off to the mechanics and they're gonna fix up our little bus so we can drive away today. I'm feeling super happy that this is going so quickly because last time the bus was in the shop, it was weeks before there was any progress on it.
Chuck E. Cheese!
Yeah, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese! Okay, as if everything doesn't work out perfectly, as soon as we finish up at Chuck E. Cheese, we were like, let's drive by the bus and see if it's done. And it was out of the bay, but so we were like, oh, maybe they're about to start working on it. And then we turn around and they text us that it's done.
Did you walk it?
Oh boy.
What?
Wait, that's not as bad as I thought it was more.
It was. No, that was just the estimate. So it was way
Oh,
under
it
the
turned out to be
estimate.
less. That's
Yeah.
good. Woo-wee!
And then the other guy said that it was like one of the nicest buses you've seen. The mechanic.
Well,
He's like, I've seen a lot come through here, and it's like the nicest one. I was like, it took 3 years. But we are finally back on the road. That is a kid's ball bouncing down there. I think I locked the door. But yeah, we're back on the road. Everything's so far so good. Let's see what happens. Next stop, it's probably like an hour away. So we just got to our camping spot. Look at that. It's the first time we are at like a national, what is this, a state park? First time at a state park. Not the first time hooking up, but that's what I'm gonna do right now. So we can have some power. So we bought this specifically for camping out at Florida Detroit Diesel transmission.
so this campground didn't exactly work out for us. There were a lot of ticks and we were on sandy ground. So the next morning when we woke up, we immediately left. And we went to a hip camp spot that we found that was really close by, one of the springs we wanted to visit. Good morning from High Springs, Florida. This morning we woke up at our campsite. I had a little bit of work to do, so I stayed back while Eddie took the kids shopping for 2 hours. And now we're going together to a spring. It's called Ruthby, Kirby, Gilchrist,
That is spelled
Blue Springs. There's so many words to it. The water was so beautiful. So it's 72 degrees all year long. It's as cold as you think it's gonna be. It was so cold. I loved it so much that I completely forgot I was wearing Natalie's hat on top of my hat. That doesn't sum up mom life. I don't know what does. Now the true reason we chose this area was because we were visiting one of my best friends in the world. But it was so nice to make this last stop in Florida as the beginning of our journey on our 48 state road trip. And I want to thank you for sticking around with us the past year while we were navigating all these changes, selling our house, finishing the bus, and finally hitting the road. We're so grateful for your support and we can't wait to show you what comes next.